What I want to be really clear about is that busyness is another form of numbing. If you're going so much that even eating is a challenge, then we're out of alignment. If we're going that we don't even know how we feel, we can't even articulate our feelings, maybe we don't even want to articulate our feelings, it puts the body into a stress response. If we are going, we are operating from a place of hypervigilance and we are operating from a consistent place of fight, flight, freeze. And if we continue to operate from that place, then eventually you will burn out. And eventually, because you're not giving time to slow down, to rest, to connect, because you're not giving that to yourself, the body will force you to take it. And that can look like getting sick. It could look like having persistent health issues. It could look like getting injured or other things that pop up as a way of the universe forcing you to slow down. And that's a thing that I really want to get is, or really want you to get, is that if you're not giving yourself permission to rest, the body is going to find any way that it can because we need to rest. It's a basic need. Just like hydrating is a basic need, breathing, eating. If we don't give these things to ourselves, the body is going to find any way to get it. This is why if we aren't listening to our hunger and we wait such a long time to eat, we'll eat so much and pretty much anything. It's like we can't even slow down because the body's needs have not been met. And if the body's needs have not been met, then I can guarantee that your emotional needs will not be met either. The thing about busyness and the go is that compulsion lives in that place. Compulsion loves us to move so fast that we don't even have time to just take a moment, to take a beat and make a different choice. The go and the compulsion is what our fear based mind, our ego mind, or I'll even say our emotional eating mind, our compulsive mind, it's what it loves. Think about it. If you've had an emotional eating experience, do you find that there are these like slow, drawn out experiences? Probably not. Probably we've all had the experience of eating something and it happening so fast that we look down and we're like, who stole my food? Because we're doing it so fast, we don't even have the recollection that eating had occurred. And again, when we're in that go, we're in that fight, flight, freeze state. And we are not in a place of true health because ultimately we're not in a place of peace. So, slowing down, why do we want to do this? Well, number one, I can tell you it really doesn't feel good to be in a constant state of stress. It's not sustainable. And the body will, quote unquote, yell at you to slow down in various ways. And one of the ways that that will show up is through emotional eating. Emotional eating is your body yelling at you because you're not listening. So, when we slow down, we have greater access to our own personal wisdom, which each and every one of you have. Each and every one of you is wise beyond what you even think you are. There's infinite wisdom within each and every one of you. It's not always coming from this headspace, it's much deeper than that. But what I can tell you is that slowing down will give you access to this wisdom that will surprise yourself, wisdom that comes from being able to access all parts of yourself, not just some select few. Slowing down also gives you access to creativity and intuition. This is where we can problem solve. This is where we can create solutions. This is where, if we don't have a food in front of us that is in alignment with our body's needs, that when we are in that place of slowing down, we can have a moment to say, okay, so what are my options here? What can I do instead? But when we're going and we're faced with a food that is not in alignment with our body's needs, we'll just override the body and eat it anyway and pay the consequences. So slowing down gives you access to creativity and to choice. Slowing down is also a place where we can receive pleasure. And I'm not talking just in like a sexual way, although that is very true, but I'm talking like our body has to be in a more peaceful, calm place to be able to experience the sensations of pleasure in our bodies. True pleasure does not come from emotional eating. True pleasure does not come from a stressed out state. Slowing down also will contribute to your sense of happiness. If you're struggling with depression, feeling low, one of the greatest things that you can do for yourself is to slow down, to really experience life, to feel deeply. Slowing down also gives us access to a greater sense of peace. So, slowing down is a key skill to have a greater sense of your personal power. Slowing down is the way that you access your own empowerment. And slowing down is so vital to any healing journey, especially this one here at Escape from Emotional Eating, that this is one of the major reasons why we have retreats in programming here and why it has been that way from pretty much day one. Because I knew that we all need to practice slowing down, to practice giving ourselves permission to rest, and most of all, to step out of the addictive cycle of busyness in order to change our behavior. And because of this, because I knew that this was needed, and I also knew that this would be something that my clients would really struggle with, is that I support you through it by creating it for you, by having retreats, by telling you block time in your calendar for this. Not just an hour, not just a half hour, give me full days. And each one of you, especially those of you who've attended escapes in the past, have really felt the power of what happens when we come together for those days. One person in particular comes to mind when she first attended her first escape. She went home and she immediately put boundaries in place with work, where she had a conversation with her boss and said, "I'm no longer available on the weekends. I'm available between these times during the weekdays." And it was a really empowering move for her to do because before that, she was available 24/7 and was a complete victim to her schedule. Another woman who came to the escape, because of our sacred meal time together, she implemented that back home and was able to have more protective space around her meals and making sure that she had time to nourish herself. And another where coming together on the escape, she was able to have and foster a deeper connection with her intuition to where she can access that wisdom that I was talking to you about earlier. So we escape, we give ourselves permission to rest as that opportunity to realign, to recenter, to come back to ourselves.